Seahawks. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson, this one into the hands of Largent. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. Short throw to Disley. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's Lynch, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. $47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 84. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
Well, they always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll find Metcalf, and he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Able to slither by, and he works free. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Cunningham looking to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Vikings 59. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get.
Now Cunningham. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would like to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. They start the drive with Lynch, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Runs over him.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off play action, it's Cunningham. That one caught by Carter. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand. Cunningham. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. He was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity in the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. but his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Rumbling past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line.
Metcalf. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Seattle.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
At the 48-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing again here, Wilson. He finds Lynch, it's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Throwing now is Wilson. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force the incompletion there.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They put pushing back 8 yards that time on second down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. There's Wilson. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's fourth.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Cunningham to throw. Able to complete to Moss. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. His throw incomplete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Seahawks take back over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Seattle.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Incomplete. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it, all right? I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Now Wilson on first down, and this is going to be incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the pistol, they run with Lynch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try to get your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. Lynch, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the Vikings are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Let's go, D. Check 15.
They run again with Peterson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, it's Cunningham. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Over the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Cunningham. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Right there. 54, right there, right there. 54 miles.
A play fake. Now Cunningham. And he's got it. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs, they give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We need an extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree. finish it, but I would call it old school way a running play because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great game that we've all witnessed to.